Yo, yo, what up, what up? This is True Poet, and we are in the Missing Conversation podcast. And this episode is we got a few special guests. My man Juan, my man JD. What it do, fellas? What it do?
Was good.
What's going on?
Yeah, man. So this episode is an episode where we're gonna be discussing, the importance of fatherhood. And these men are pretty good dear friends to me, man. And Juan, me and him used to work together. He's a real good dude, good father. JD, the same thing, real good dude, good father as well. So we're gonna be discussing our experiences from being a father and coming up. So, fellas, we're gonna start with Juan. What you feel? What was your journey like being a father when you first became a father? How did you feel about it?
Well, I'm a father of five, so it was a long journey. Long journey. Had my children at a young age. But I stepped up to the plate. Like a man's supposed to, with no guidance, no advice. I just knew in my heart to do the right thing to take care of my children. And unfortunately, I made not a very good decision on the person at the time. When I was younger, I was living that type of lifestyle and that hood lifestyle, stuff like that. And so I was, dating a chick that was kind of like a city girl, hoping to change them and everything. And in the midst, we, didn't have the best relationship, and we was making children at the same time. Something toxic, but the children was a blessing. And at the same time, I stood firm as a man to always take care of my children no matter what I went through with the mother, because the children didn't have nothing to do with them. So I was living in the projects and stuff like that in Section 8 housing on Mercy Drive. And it was just very toxic and negative time. But I always believe in holding it down and staying positive and being a real man and taking care of my children, working legally and trying to evolve at the same time. Also a father of a special needs child. One of my children have autism. So I had to really stand firm and really mature faster at 21, 22, while a lot of us, was partying and clubbing and stuff. I had to understand that it was important for me to stay home and take care of my children, even though at the time the mother was out and about and stuff like that. And I had to hold down the fort, and things went disarray between me and her. And she lost the Section 8 housing, and I had to go get me a better job. I had to work my way up from the ground, come with a plan, a legal plan, because the children need you, and you can't be out here in the streets trying to do stuff illicitly and might wind up going to jail or getting killed and stuff like that. So I had to do the things the right way and come with a proper plan. And I planned it out, and I promised my children I was going to come back for them. And I did, and made a vow that I was going to do the right thing and do it legally, and not the easy money or scamming or any of those type of things. And God bless me, I got my children, because even though me and the mother didn't get along, she understood that I loved my children. I was going to be a man to take care of my children, no matter if I had to, at the time I had long hair, no matter if I had to cut my hair, get a fade, no matter if I had to, fix my talking right to talk professionally, to do the right things and work hard at a warehouse, or if I had to work at a temp service or labor pool, I did what I had to do for my children, and always still try to put the education in front. Always speak to them about education and this crazy world we live in, where you have to be there with this music and these movies and all this social media stuff that we didn't have to really go through growing up. So I had to really, sit down and talk to them, which I still do all the time, and explain to them what's going on, and don't follow no city girl, don't follow NBA young boy, all these type of things that are big and being promoted a lot, instead of like the most deaths and Talib Kweli that are left behind now that no one wants to quote unquote hear. So I have to, it was a long journey, and it's still an ongoing journey, taking care of them. But it's a lot of prayer and pushing and positivity, makes everything better. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, exactly. We talked about this all the time at work, the importance of fatherhood and the exposure to these different things out here that's not good for our children. So we gonna go to JD. JD,
Yo,
what
yo.
was what was your first experience like when you had your first child and became a
Oh,
father for the first time?
oh man. I was I was literally doing nothing, bro. Like, she ended up getting pregnant. I was 21, doing nothing, literally, not working, not nothing, just playing basketball every day. That's all I did. I did music and stuff like that, but I took it serious, more so serious than anything. My mom always kept telling me, "Hey man, go get a job, go get a job." But that was before I even had a child. She was trying to do that. She was like, "I ain't gonna be buying you clothes while you're in high school, this and that, and the third." You know what I'm saying? So she been prepping me like before I even had a child. And yep, man, 2020 popped up and I had a baby on the way. And dude, I'll put in application after application after application. Just like I'm gonna go off of what he said. If I had to cut my hair, just get a job, cool, so be it. And that's what I ended up doing. I ended up cutting my hair. Had so many interviews. I had a lot of no's, but I finally got my first yes. And from then on, I had a job. I only been unemployed for 1 day since my first child, and that 1 day was just something stupid, man. You know what I'm saying? And, but I thank God where I'm at right now because I could have been anywhere. So I felt like me having a child slowed down the process of me doing something outrageous. You know what I'm saying? And I'm always open to try new things, man. I got so many different experiences under my belt now. You know what I'm saying? Currently working my way up to be a supervisor, working at Volkswagen of Chattanooga. Um, so I'm from Georgia to Tennessee. I live in Georgia. I work in Tennessee. Uh, I'm a father of five. Unfortunately, I lost my last son um, last year. Son, he was born too early. Um, I think that was the biggest break in my life where it really broke me down. Like I told people, I said, man, can't nobody hurt me but my kids. You know what I'm saying? And me losing my son took the cake for everything. It took the cake from me being adopted. It took the cake from me going to jail before. It took the cake from me just any failures in my life. Me losing my child took everything. But I don't regret what happened. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know what I'm saying, regret. I know God makes his, decisions and who are we to question it, but at the same time, we still want answers. We still want to know why. But at the end of the day, man, I know life is short. So I kind of looked at it as a good thing. Maybe, you know, along the road it would have been worse. And my son probably would have been older and lost his life. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of took it hard. I still take it hard, and I don't go by the grade site that much, but I'm gonna start going and understanding that I do got four other children that I gotta live for. You know what I'm saying? Like I get that part of my life hurt me and probably made me think a certain way, but at the end of the day, being a father is the best thing that ever happened. And I mean, it's hard, day in and day out. Um, me working two jobs, me trying to coach football, trying to balance that out, arguing with their mom. Like, I think that's the hardest part about being a father, man. Like you're gonna have those differences with the mother, and sometimes some moms can be difficult towards us, and they know what to say to get under our skin. You know what I'm saying? They know how to push a button to no return. You know what I'm saying? And I talk to their mom and try to get some understanding, but it's like sometimes you can't get through to each other. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes you just gotta look at it like, hey, look, either I'm in my kid's life. You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest part. Being a father, man. Anybody can be a father, but who gonna be there to step up? Who gonna be there to comfort their kids in need? You know what I'm saying? And I heard him say that he got a kid with autism, which I think my daughter, she got like some nervous condition. I think she might have a little autism herself, and where she just had this condition where she pulls her hair out and this and that. And I think she's starting to realize as she get older that people notice that she's having her hair pulled out, and kids might pick on her and say stuff, and now she's self-conscious about herself. Now she's like, Daddy, I want to look pretty. And, I look at my daughter, I say, you are pretty. You just got to understand that, what I'm saying, your hair is something that, what I'm saying, you probably will want. And she's trying to work on it, man. But again, with her mood swings, her attitudes, it's just, she reverts back to pulling her hair and doing stuff like that. Um, Me having my first son, man, it's been a different experience. Finally can bring my son out and show him around, show him what I do. Actually, have somebody on my hip that can learn exactly from me. Not saying that you can't teach your daughters or nothing like that, but it's nothing like having your same, what I'm saying, like your son, man, your mini me. And
Right.
it's not saying that the bond is different, but the bond is different. You know what I'm saying? Not pointing it out the obvious, but you know, my son can step up to the urinal like me, you know what I'm saying? Like I can show him like, hey, don't shoot that far back, you know what I'm saying? Like but
For
step
real.
up, you know what I'm saying? Like you can actually do step by step with
Right.
the same sex of a child, you know what I'm saying? Like you can do step by step. Like, hey, this is what I used to do when I was a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like not saying you can't do that with your daughter, but it's a little bit different. Like, you know, I'm gonna have three daughters, gonna have three different cycles in the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not ready for that. But at the end of the day, God gonna make me ready for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm already at that stage where I'm like, hey, my oldest, her mom sometimes be like, hey, I told her to take her shirt off so she can, you know what I'm saying, eat the food or do this and that. I say, hey man, we can't be doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like she grow different from them right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see that.
Right.
So little stuff like that. But I don't regret nothing as a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, of course, the mother is there to, be the nurturer. I mean, some of us can nurture, but at the same time, like, I feel like the mom is gonna definitely have so I don't know what it's like. You know what I'm saying? They got both parents, and it's been a roller coaster, man. I'm telling you, definitely been a roller coaster.
Definitely is being a father is definitely a roller coaster. And
Yes,
I could agree with you. Girls are much more different than boys. I think girls
right.
are a lot more difficult than boys, to be
They're
honest.
the
You know,
more
so
needy, man. They're more needy, and I'm,
yeah. And
you,
you got to be a
it's
little bit more softer with them. You know, you got to, especially when they, you know,
More patience.
yeah, definitely more patient.
yeah.
Definitely more patient with that. Yo, PDK, what up, man?
Yo, what's good, Mark?
Yeah, man. Yo, so what was your first experience like when you became a father? How did you feel, brother?
Oh man, it was a wonderful feeling. Um, when she came out, she looked directly at me, and at that point, I knew. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, this is it's a hell of a feeling, man. Like just knowing you got a extension of you, here with you now. It was a
Right,
great feeling. Yeah, it was a great feeling, man.
right. Definitely a great feeling, and a feeling that is remarkable, man. I think my kids saved my life, man. You know, it made
Oh
me
yeah,
change my
definitely did.
mindset. It made me realize that it wasn't about me anymore, it's about them. So it's it's a very beautiful experience. So I'm gonna get back to Juan, man. Juan,
So,
what do you feel like with the society of what's going on, of the promotion of different things on TV with all this sex and this violence and music? What do you feel about it, man? How's it affecting the kids to you?
you say society and promotion of what? Are you broken up? Yeah, broke up.
Society of the promotion of nudity, of violence, all this stuff that's going on. They have this new thing with the she her. I don't even know. I don't even know about it. But what do you feel about all these different nuances that's being promoted on social media and um what else? TV, movies, music. What do you feel about it?
Well, I feel like corporations taking over a lot of this stuff, music and movies and stuff. So they putting violence and nudity on the forefront. It's worse. I feel like it's more worse than when we was growing up. We didn't
Oh, for
have
sure.
we, we didn't have GTA and stuff when we was younger. It was Mario. You know, it wasn't as crazy as now. Now I have to really watch what they're watching. Social media is just like really X-rated now, on TikTok and Instagram and stuff. So I really don't like my children even having social media because it's too hard to filter all of that stuff and to be around what they're watching and stuff. And you got some of these women and men that are bad examples because the kids, even though they look up to us, but they look up to adults also. So they see these women dress certain ways, wearing these leggings all the time, shirts with no undergarments on and stuff. And I see young girls, middle school, teenagers dressing the same now. It's not back like in our time where they dressed it younger. Now it seems like they're trying to dress adult like now. They're wearing tights, they're wearing stuff that they shouldn't, I feel like, be wearing. And the promotion, City Girls and NBA Young Boy, you got all these younger boys doing all the shootings. All these rappers are getting killed by the younger dudes, the teenagers, 17, 18-year-olds running around doing a lot of this stuff. It's just, I feel like it's harder to filter out of this stuff, a lot of this stuff. And then you got the homosexuality and the trans and stuff running wild. And if you speak on it, they say you're ignorant and stuff like that. And you got a lot of stuff going on, especially like the Dwayne Wade thing and stuff like that. And you got Disney promoting, homosexual characters and stuff to the youth at a very young age when I feel like children shouldn't even be thinking about that type of stuff at 4 years old, 5 years old. And some of the stuff is toxic to the mind. So I feel like it's too much for a child to be because we didn't have to go through all of that stuff. But we had Sandlot, we had Chucky, Freddy Krueger, but it wasn't so running rampant the way it is now, where it's like it's everywhere on TV, regular TV. It's just all this stuff is just regular. It's starting to be the norm now when it shouldn't be the norm. All the stuff that's going on, and I always have to talk to my son all the time. Don't follow these young boys. Don't be following this. Don't follow that. Stay true to yourself. Like what you like. To make sure he keep a childhood so he doesn't lose his childhood so young. Where these kids are growing up so fast now. They're all about material things now. When we was in school, we wasn't worrying about Versace and ball main clothes and all this stuff. Now you want kids, they want to wear Gucci and stuff like that. And
And
it's
have
just
iPhones, man. I ain't even allow my kids to have phones young. They just recently got phones now, so it's crazy the way some of these kids have more expensive phones than I do, which is crazy. But JD, man, what you feel about all this social media and music, violence, nudity, all the stuff that's being promoted on all these platforms? What do you feel about it?
I feel like it's a spirit, man. It's very antagonizing spirit, man, because it's something that we can't even. I feel like we can't get our kids out of these electronics. It's always something new coming out. I don't remember when we was kids, man. What was new coming out? A damn yo-yo. Uh, shot, shot. What? Nothing really. We didn't really have too much new stuff.
Mhm.
We had
We
a
had
Bop It. We had new
Nintendo,
Bop Its.
Sega.
Game Boy Color. We, bro, we didn't have much. As soon as these kids touch it, another one coming out. Another one coming out. Another one coming out. Uh, they making this rated R stuff too accessible for kids, man. Like you ain't gotta have no passcode or nothing no more. You ain't gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like I felt like us growing up, we didn't have to. Our parents ain't have to worry about whether we gonna come in before the street lights. Worry about if somebody gonna snatch us up, this and that. Like not as much, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't. Every day is like a new Amber Alert. Every day somebody getting shot. Every day somebody doing something out of the norm. We didn't have these random school shootings all the time. We didn't. It's getting out of hand, man. And it's like I feel like society is failing us, and they looking at it like, oh, it's the parents, it's the parents. But at the same time, if you're gonna give a child a gun, what you think they're gonna do with it? They're gonna figure out a way to load it up and shoot it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's only so much as a parent that we can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we send our kid to school to learn, we putting our trust in you right now for 8 hours, and we still got to be that parent for 16 more hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, so what are they learning in those 8 hours? And then y'all gonna wonder, like, hey, what are they learning in 16 hours? Like, my kids don't have electronics like that. They got their tablet. They touch their tablet on a road trip.
Right.
They on TV. I mean, it's a tug of war thing with me, man. Like, either I let them outside to see how the world is, or I let them sit in the house and watch TV, or they do their schoolwork, get a little bit more educated. You know what I'm saying? I'm at that point where my kids act up in school, man. I call that teacher, tell them how I felt about how my child was acting, apologize to that teacher. My kids are in the corner, they squatting. I know y'all remember how we used to you have to stand up in the corner, do the squat and all. My kids are in boot camp. I ain't gotta whoop them. I could just look at them.
Right,
They know they
right.
wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids, man. Not saying that I have not spanked my kids, 'cause I have. I mean, every parent gonna do that. I'm not gonna send them to school with a mark on them or nothing like that, because again, society is totally different. And they'll go to school and they're like, "Hey, did your dad do this to you? Did your mom do that?" Like they'll press you. Kids gonna say whatever. They're gonna
Right,
say
right.
whatever for a
Yep.
piece. They're gonna say whatever for a piece of candy. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna say whatever for a gold star on their shirt. You know what I'm
Word,
saying?
word,
And
word.
I feel like that's not a way that a teacher should even approach a situation. You know what I'm saying? But that's what they're gonna do. So, you think little Johnny going to school and he ain't gonna say nothing and that you whooped them and this and that, and here come, child protective services at your door, you know what I'm saying? And they promote that. They love that. They love separating the child from a parent, man. That's their job. That's job security, you know what I'm saying? So the more kids they can just get and obtain, that that's what they love. That's what they thrive off of. But you know what I'm saying? It just I don't let my kids get on YouTube. They might sneak on there now and then, but they know I'm gonna say something about it.
Right.
I hate YouTube. These cartoons, nothing like what we had growing up. I don't know what be on Saturday mornings no more, man.
Right.
I went in the room one day and watching a Loud House. I don't even know what that is, but it was Loud House. All I seen was it was a Mister and Mister, and I said, "Hey man,
That's crazy.
cut that off."
Yeah,
I
He
don't know who
telling the
Mister
truth
and
though.
I don't know who Mister and Mister is, but cut that off.
Yeah, they
They
wilding
they,
now,
they
boy.
changing our childhood. I've seen shows where we were growing up, and they done changed it and made it bisexual. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I'm not gonna judge them for what they do. That's cool and all, but I feel like if y'all don't want us to promote violence, y'all don't want us to promote ass whoopings. Excuse my French. Y'all shouldn't be promoting sexuality. You know what
At
I'm saying?
all.
Like it's
Heterosexual, all of that. I don't want them
all that.
seeing,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? If you
all of
don't
that.
want us to whoop our child or do this and do that, I don't want you to promote something that they might be interested in. And I know for a fact I didn't train them up that way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, again, society failed us, and it all boils down to them saying, "Oh well, we failed them as a parent." No, no. Some might have, but I know me personally, man. I can honestly say I keep an eye on my kids at all times. I monitor what they do. I
You
actually go
got
to the
to.
schools. I actually go to PTA meetings. I actually am interested in them wanting to learn more. I'm interested in them wanting to do sports. Like they come home and say, "Hey, Daddy, I want to jump on a trampoline at school." I'm gonna sign it off, but I'm gonna make sure the grades are there first. I'm gonna make sure they're respecting their teacher first. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't care. I'll spend the money, whatever make them happy, because I know they losing a lot due to how the world act right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's
So,
true. That's true.
and I want to touch up on the takeoff situation, man. Rest in peace to that boy. But I I personally, man, if I'm a millionaire, I'm not finna be rolling. I'm not shooting no dice. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real, man. I'm not doing no struggle sport, man. That hey, look here, I done made it. And if I am gonna shoot dice, I'm gonna do it with a crowd that I know for a fact won't get mad if they lose $1. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
rest in peace to him, man.
rest in peace to that man, because at the end of the day, I take off. I've never heard him in no drama. Wasn't in no cheating scandal. Wasn't in no nothing really. He was a home man. Like he literally lived up the street from me, man. 2 hours away, man. And I've never heard Takeoff in no situation ever.
Yeah.
His
Yeah.
whole little career, man. And I'm just looking at it like it could be anybody. It could be me. It could be you. That's why I'm very particular on what I do. Not saying that it could have been prevented, but some of it could have been. You know what I'm saying? And people got to understand, be aware of their surroundings. You're not home, so you can't talk to nobody crazy. You're not home, man. You 1,000 miles away from home, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You
crazy,
gotta, you
man.
gotta, you gotta understand that. I don't understand the check-in part of life, man. Like when has it gotten that bad that I gotta check in to the bathroom? You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy to me, bro. Like,
So it's only in our community with this
that's what I'm saying. Why I gotta
with this
check in?
stuff, with
I'm
this
visiting.
check in and with who got this, or now they robbing people, and they
My
they
thing
just
is,
they
if
killing them while they rob them. If you gonna rob them, man, let the man live. Let him live.
my thing is, bro, if I gotta check in, I shouldn't be there, man. Only check
Yeah.
in I'm doing is hotel. I'm gonna be real, dog. I ain't checking in nowhere, bro.
I
Can't nobody
feel
call me
you.
on the phone and say, "Hey, I heard you coming in, man. Make sure you check in when you." I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I feel
That's
you,
just me
man.
being real, man. And you know what I'm saying. I don't know who responsible for their well-being at that time, because when you check in, that you're not responsible for yourself no more.
Yeah, I
So
don't know. I don't know that whole check-in thing. I don't
I don't know
know.
nothing
I
about it. I
don't
know
know
what I'm
nothing
not gonna be
about it.
check. I know what I'm
I
not gonna be checking in.
I don't know nothing about
But
that stuff, man. but it's getting out of control with all of this stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
PDK,
Yo,
what you feel about all the stuff that's going on, and as far as the children, the social media, the radio, what's your input on it?
um, honestly, I feel like it's too much. Um, you know, kids, kids shouldn't be thinking about their, you know, they shouldn't be exposed to, they shouldn't, like, they shouldn't be, making a choice of what, like, what's their sexual preference or whatever, and that shouldn't be presented to them. You know what I'm saying?
At
Yeah,
all.
at
Yeah, I
all.
think I
They
like
out of control with that.
right because we like I'm probably younger than I'm probably younger than y'all, but like even me growing up, in the '90s, and as a kid, like we those options or none of that stuff was presented to us. All we were worried about was being kids, and we did kid things. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
Like
it.
went
Playing
outside, we
tag
played
and
ball,
manhunt,
tag,
play
right,
ball.
all that good
Man,
stuff, right? But
of course, growing up, we sniffed out some girls or something like that, but
oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
shit, we
definitely.
ain't know nothing about, we did the high and go seek, then we got a little older, high and go get, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it, we we got up there, but we wasn't exposed to the different era. Cause this man, this shit is it's a whole spirit, man. And like I said, I'm not judging nobody for what they like. I know me per, I ain't going for it. Shit, I'm like little Boosie to this mess, man. You
Yes,
know what I'm
sir.
saying? I'm not
Yes,
going
sir.
for it, but
I agree.
I definitely, like I said, I don't judge. Cause we all got somebody in our family that we like, man. Damn, why you act like that? But we all got somebody. But I definitely, I'm afraid for the, what I'm saying, our kids growing up in this time, man, because we just don't know. And the people that's having these mental issues is kids that's probably conflicted on what they see, kids that's being exposed to something at an early age, kids that's
Right.
just not getting the love that they deserve. You know what I'm saying? And that's why all these school shootings happen because somebody judging them because they gay. By all means, if you gay, you gay. I mean, it is what it
Hmm.
is. You know what I'm saying? It right now in our society is normal. It's normal.
All of
And
this is
my,
normal, man. All of this craziness is normal.
but, but
Well, I
just
feel
like
like
I
a
was saying, earlier, me not promoting my music, I didn't get a lot of publicity. Them promoting sexual orientation and all that, you know what I'm saying? They are getting a lot of publicity, and I'm like, damn, they blowing up before I do.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said promotion is everything. That's why I'm trying to promote, good into my kids and understanding into my kids. A lot of kids don't get that opportunity. A lot of kids don't make it to C21 because they're influenced by outside. You know what I'm saying? They're influenced by the world. So if you don't train them up now, later on it's gonna be too late.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I gotta say, with this music, a lot of these artists, they they not making it past 25. What you feel
Hell
about that
no.
one with this music, man? They not making it past 25. There's so much rappers dying, man.
I feel like hip hop has lost the art of MCing. It's all about rapping now. They don't care about
Man,
the art
they
of
don't even know what it's what it was
storytelling,
meant for,
bars,
man.
similes, metaphors. It's all about money, shooting, and beats. It's not. I call it the new wrestling, the new WWE. It's all a gimmick now. It's not even about talent no more. They get a pretty girl who really can't rap, have someone write her music like a Lotto or Saweetie, and they blow up. And then you got people like Lil Nas X. They're homosexual and they pushing that agenda, and they're gonna blow up because of that. Knowing well, if Lil Nas X would have came out in the '90s, you already know that wouldn't have flow at all. And I just feel like they
Not at
pushing that
all.
propaganda. All the people, the best rappers now, you got people like NBA YoungBoy. He passed Jay-Z. I don't know how. How is that possible? He can't rap nothing like Biggie or Big Pun or or Most Def, but this is what the kids pay for and put these people up on a pedestal that are not good at all. People who preaching murder, all his music is murder music, you know, preaching murder and stuff, and then this type of stuff happen. And like how you say about Takeoff, yeah, he wasn't a bad dude, but if you they weren't putting out, you know, positive music either,
Nah, they wouldn't. They
you
wouldn't. You know
know.
what I'm
So
saying?
even if you're not living that lifestyle, they still, you know, doing what's selling. People doing what's selling now. It's not even the love of the art no more. It's just about what can sell. What can I say that can sell? Oh, they talking about this. I'm gonna say it. They're not even. People are not creative no more. A lot of kids, just like I say about technology, it took away kids' creative mind
Man, they don't have
and no
nothing, man.
creation. That's why you see sequels and stuff keep coming out, reboots. Nothing original no more. No one has a
I
creative
tell you,
mind.
my
You know.
kids know a TikTok from the back of their damn mind, man. They know a TikTok. They can do this and that. I say, hey, man, you can do that. Well, won't you help me build this or do this? Man, they wouldn't know what to do, man. They wouldn't
No
know how to even
imagination. We had imagination.
none.
We had imagination. We
Yeah,
used to dream and stuff. Now there's no dreamers or nothing. It's so
we
too
had
much
a
technology.
we had a basketball goal with a milk crate. Man, these
Yeah,
kids
I
don't know
remember that.
nothing, bro. They don't know nothing about inventing nothing. They don't know
Yeah.
nothing about putting something together, fusing. They
Everything
don't know how to hook a
everything's
TV up, man.
downplayed. People don't even care about playing instruments no more. Or nothing like that. People like
Right.
Michael Jackson and Prince and stuff that we came up on, is no real talent like that out no more.
Yeah.
You know, it's just crazy. Sometimes I just watch I still listen to old '90s rap because there's just so much in it and it's so rich and still pure. Now it's like rap has been took over by the corporation. As you know, back then the rappers we listened to, they would not bend for the corporation. You won't hear no Public Enemy no more on the forefront. You won't hear them on the on the radio. They're not gonna play that no more. They're gonna play Young Boy. They're gonna play, you know, that the stuff that's not good for us. You know, that it's all programming. They put in there, they choose and pick what they're gonna play. They're not gonna play nothing like Talib Kweli. We're not gonna hear that. We're not gonna hear Mos Def. They're in the back, you know, and this is what we gotta listen to, and it's just like fast food music, fast food movies, and it kills the creative mind. No
And
one's creating no more.
I'm gonna say it right now. I think NBA YoungBoy trash.
Of
Be real.
course, very, but
If I ain't heard him say the same shit in three different songs in a different fucking
beaten.
speed,
I just don't get it. I just
but
don't understand it. You know.
Yeah, I get it because the
and I'm,
corporations is
I'm,
force feeding
I'm
that. The
man, it's what
corporations,
that it's what sells.
Yep.
no, but they
That,
behind it.
that's why I'm a,
They like I read somewhere like if they want you to get hot, they gonna make sure you get hot. They gonna make sure of it.
my thing is, man. But you letting 6ix9ine ride.
Hmm.
Y'all letting people that really can't ride, bro. Like 6ix9ine. What? I never understood when he first started rapping.
Industry plant.
That dude scream and talk BS the whole time, and he still living. I don't get it, bro. I'm not
Cause,
saying I want him dead though, cause that's what how society looking at it. Like, well, do you want him dead or do you want him alive? You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that I want him, dead or alive. I mean, it is what it is. However he lived his life, however he, you know, gonna go on about
But
his
he
life.
shouldn't be on that pedestal.
But hell no, not at all, not even close. That man shouldn't even get. Nobody should even buy none of his albums. Nobody should go to none of his concerts. He pray on the dead and all that. Come on,
Hmm.
man.
Yep.
but all of these
That
rappers, all of these young drill rappers are doing the same thing. I seen a video the other day. This guy was dancing on this dude's grave and
oh, you must be
like
talking about
point.
Fulio. Fulio,
Man, yeah,
yeah,
I
Fulio
don't know who. I don't
disrespectful,
know who it
man.
was,
Yeah, I know who
but
you talking about.
man,
Fulio, man.
he was wilding, man. It's not even funny, but this is what's out here. Yo, Phil, what you feel about it, Phil? Chime in on it. PDK, where you at? Oh, we lost him.
Everybody got lost. But
One, chime in on it. What you feel about it? You know, the dancing on the grave and the dissing the dead. What you feel about
I
that?
feel like that's highly disrespectful. I feel like is teaching kids, the gang culture is really on the forefront now. Everybody's talking about gang, and then you got people that are really not about that. That's why a lot of people getting, unfortunately taken out of this world, following the wrong things, stuff that they wasn't raised in, but stuff you shouldn't glorify. Unfortunately, our culture has a thing about the Robin Hood effect. We always, want to go for the Robin Hood, the criminal that came up and stuff like that. That's the problem also in our culture. We glorify, criminals when in the end sometimes this stuff can happen to one of our loved ones, and then it's not cool no more. And it's like we don't have a Malcolm. We don't have a Martin Luther King no more. Back in the 60s and 70s, we preached education, brother and sister. Everybody was natural, afros. Now you got all these women European wigs on and stuff like that, lace fronts. I'm serious. Back then it was no one getting no
Yeah.
perms and stuff. Hey, how you doing, my brother? Everybody
Hey,
want to have education. Now, like, people don't care
hey.
about education.
You know what I call it? It might not be the grammatically correct, but prosthetic. All that, everything. They love that prosthetics, bro. They like that fake stuff, that stuff that ain't real. Something that they want to change the way they look when ain't
Yeah,
nothing wrong with the way certain people look. You know what I'm saying? They want to
exactly.
change their appearance. They want people to look at them a certain way instead of just thriving off of. That's why our kids want to do that, man. Oh, I can't wait to get me a lace front.
Hmm.
I can't wait to wear them boots all the way up to my thighs. Like,
No, we
that's
should love.
crazy,
They
bro.
should love our hair, love our own style. You know what I mean?
Man,
Back in the day, it was
we got
proud.
the rich, we got the rich hair, bro. We got the rich skin. We got everything. Come on, our skin produce oil.
Yeah.
like, like we got the best qualities, man, and they don't like it.
Yeah,
They
back
don't
then
like
we
it at
was
all.
proud. We was proud back then. It was proud, about the education and pushing on the forefront about, unity. Now it's all broken up. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? The black on black crime is running rampant from the music and all this the gang cultures on the forefront now. Back then it wasn't like that. Now it's just like
Um,
you can't even go in LA. It's just horrible now. People getting robbed, like
no,
getting shot,
no. You know what I'm
you
saying?
know.
People got check in. I ain't never, all my time, check in. What is that? I can't visit. I never understand that, man. I can't.
So
Like I said, the only thing I'm checking in is to a hotel, man.
it's
I'm not
wild
doing
right
none of
now,
that.
JD. It's
It
wild,
is.
man. It's really out of control. PDK, you back in? Phil, you back in? I see you on here. You in?
Yeah, yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
What you feel about this, man? Touch in. You the youngest of the squad here, man. So touch in, man.
All right.
What you feel about all of this stuff, the music and the new crop of rappers?
He said new
Um,
crop.
Crop. I should say something else, but I'm gonna say crop.
Yeah. Okay,
I don't
okay.
want to disrespect them, but I wanted to
Man,
say
they
something
trash,
else.
man. They trash, man.
What you feel about it, Phil?
uh,
Huh?
yo, you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, we.
Yeah, yeah, nah. I mean, I agree with what you guys saying. Like, it's kind of it's out of control right now, and it's very disrespectful. You know, and I don't know. I try to see if things have changed. In the years coming and stuff like that. But at the rate it's going now, it's like people get more blunt and more, like there's no like Juan said, there's no metaphors, no none of that. It's like, yo, I'm gonna run up on you, da 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 da. And like, I don't know, man. I think it's out of control, and it's something
Yeah,
that, and it's getting to a point where people are gonna obviously have to talk about this because it's at an alarming rate right now. Like,
Hmm.
deaths related to music, or like it's me. I think music is more dangerous than GTA right now. Like, remember back then where they used to blame GTA for people shooting up,
violence. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yeah,
But
yeah.
now it's like, and music is influential. Like it's
As
something that,
hell.
you know what I'm saying. Like so, I don't know. I don't know whether it's, maybe we gotta be careful what we listening to, but then again, it's pushed in our face for us to see it and hear it. You feel what I'm saying?
Definitely push, and they have a certain agenda, and
Right.
that's why I've been going hard for Kyrie and all these other dudes because you pushing an agenda. You force these people that's owning all of these record labels when you got a dude like me, dude like PDK, One, JD that are dope artists. These are the people you need to be signing, man. These are the people that need to be on the forefront with the music and not this. I don't want this one, man.
Hey man, it's detrimental music, man. It definitely don't. It don't. It's
You
not
know,
educating nobody, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like
it definitely is
I'm thinking
not.
about that. I'm thinking about that LL Cool J song. Like it might be off subject, but we can talk about something. When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at the wall. Like you ain't gonna never get that again, bro. You might hear some.
Classic.
I'm staying in my room. I'm about to shoot somebody through a wall. Like that's something they'll
Yeah,
probably.
you're
That's a
right.
remix for them. Like yeah, I like
hmm
that. I
And
like
then
that.
it'll blow up.
It, but if you play that, you play that old school song, ain't nobody gonna be like, oh man, I like that. I like. Bro, I love old school music, bro.
The soul
I can
shot
play
back in
old
the day.
school from I can play old school from Tennessee to Florida, bro, and I won't have no problem with it. Somebody be in my car like, man, can we listen to something? Hey, you in my car, man? We gonna listen to what I'm listening to. By the end of the ride, you gonna be asleep. That's all that matters. Good. I ain't gotta listen to you. I ain't gotta hear no NBA young boy. Put your headphones on.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I know.
Simple. I listen
Yeah,
to ABC 1, 2, 3 before I listen to. Oh, man, that boy, that music's so detrimental, dog. I don't like it at all, bro. And it's not. It's like I don't stop my kids from listening to it because they're gonna do it with me or without me. And I'd rather my kid listen to certain music with me than without me because I don't know, you know what I'm saying, behind closed door, they might be trying to do it. You know what I'm saying? They might be trying to do the same stuff, but like, you know what I'm saying? My kids, man, they don't listen to that crazy stuff. They listen to old school music. They nine,
right.
7, 5, and 2 years old. They listen to my music. They know when it's me playing on the radio. You know what I'm saying? Like they know. They like, hey, that's daddy. Like they know. They know my voice. They know everything. But I also make sure they hear the clean version. I mean, I don't say anything. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, like,
Breaking up, JD.
license. You know, that's just for my protection. So I don't. This world is going downhill and fire, bro. Like everybody is not for each other. Like he said, we don't have no Malcolm X. We ain't got no Martin Luther King. We don't have nobody that's fighting for our rights, bro. We don't have nobody speaking to each community. We don't have nobody doing something
Yeah,
for
but
a
they that
community. You know what I'm
but
saying?
they
Like
don't
none of that.
want that. They don't want that, bro. You
That's
see
what I'm
what's
saying.
going on when
They
when they
don't.
when we
You
do
know what they
that.
do? They go to our projects and they tear them down and not and they put a different race in there. Whether it be us,
hmm
whether it be Mexicans, whether it be whoever, they tear it down, rebuild it, trying to move everybody out.
Right,
They don't
right.
want us in the city. They want us on the outskirts of the city, and that's where the outskirts is where all the problems is. They don't want us close to downtown. They want us outside of downtown.
I want y'all to chime in on the what you feel about the Kyrie and the Ime Udoka and the Kanye. What y'all feeling about it, man? Y'all chime in
I,
on that.
I feel like they expect so much out of these black athletes, more so than these black regular folks. Um, at the end of the day, the NBA wouldn't be the NBA without us. Just go ahead and put that out there.
hmm
Ain't nobody finna buy no tickets to see no fucking what? Name me a white player. Just well, he ain't white, but you know, you get what I'm saying, bro. Like the NBA is better because of us. People are coming to see LeBron. People are coming to see KD. People coming to see, you know what I'm saying? All the, you know what I'm saying? All the black strong, you know what I'm saying? Individuals. They're not coming to see just anybody random. You know what I'm saying? Like, but they expect so much out of them. Like they're not regular people. They just in a different tax bracket. That's it. So I feel like they should have the same thoughts, beliefs, whatever they want as us. Yeah, they do get played on TV. You got movie actors playing on TV. At the end of the day, they still go at LeBron all the time. They go at KD. They go at Kyrie. I just feel like they're trying to make an example out of somebody. So why not go for the people that these kids are more influenced by? I want to be like Kyrie. I want to dribble like Kyrie. I want to do this. I want to do that. Because they always doing something. They always seen on TV. They get endorsement deals. They get the spotlight all the time. None of them in the streets. None of them in the gang. I mean, they might be, but they're doing it safe. So I just feel like they're trying to make an example out of somebody.
I
And
used to
why
feel
not
like you
do it?
trying to make an example out of Kyrie, and
That's all it is. That's all it is. If you notice any of these rappers and stuff like that, they make example by throwing them in jail. Any of these, like with the Kanye situation, they making an example out of him. Keep your mouth closed. You saying too much, so we're gonna take away all your endorsement deals. A lot of these athletes live off endorsements. They don't even use none of their money that they make just playing basketball. A lot of them spend their endorsement money. A lot of them might do it the other way around. They might spend their regular money and save their endorsement money. But why not go after somebody that's one of the best players in the NBA?
all everything that we talking about is influencing the kids, the children. This is why
Yeah,
it's important for us men to speak on these different situations, because we're all fathers, and we all have to monitor what our kids are putting in their ears or what they're looking at. Juan, we gonna get to you, man. What do you feel about the Kanye and Kyrie situation?
Well, I feel like a lot of this has to do with the cancel culture. You can't say anything no more without getting crazy results. Comedians can't be where they want to be anymore. You know, we had Dennis Rodman back in the day. Dennis Rodman said all types of stuff. Guess what? It didn't go crazy. Now
and
anybody say any small thing, it just goes afraid. You can't say nothing. Like even at a workplace, if I say, "Hey, I don't like your pink shoes," I might get fired because you might say, "Hey, I feel like he's insulting me or something." You can't say anything. No, we got to walk on eggshells now. It's like freedom of speech is really getting taken away. You can't really say nothing in this world no more. It's just like the cancel culture. A lot of people are sensitive. Back in our time, we could say all types of stuff to each other and we just wipe it off and like, yeah, laugh about it, whatever, whatever, dust it off. Now
see,
it's like you say anything,
I'm glad you.
you say anything now, people go crazy, bro. You can't even say, hey, I don't like homosexuals. Not saying anyone derogative. It's like, hey, if I don't agree with that, can you respect that? Like, okay, I respect them, but do I have to accept that? I don't have to accept that. But if you don't, then they say you're ignorant. You're not right. You're a bigot and this and that. And that's not right. They said that about Bootsy. They said about Lil Duval, people who still have those beliefs. And it's like, you can't push this type of stuff on us if we don't agree. I don't agree,
At
but I
all.
don't hate those. I don't hate them, but I don't agree. I respect that. Stay in your lane. You put two batteries in the remote control the same way, it's not gonna work. You know what I'm
But
saying? It's like,
but
come
y'all
on.
but y'all notice they don't even touch. They don't even touch Lil Boosie for saying that because guess what? He ain't in the spotlight like he used to be.
Hmm.
He busy doing. He busy being a comedian on social media. You know what I'm saying? Like he busy doing something else. If he was at the top of the rap game, they would make an example out of
Yeah.
him.
If you go to Shade Room and say a comment, hey, I don't like Lil Nas, he dancing with a man.
Man, but
Oh, they will
boy,
attack you. You will get attacked
boy,
on there by a million people. You will
boy,
get attacked on there. They're gonna go in on you. They gonna, there's people gonna say all types of stuff to you, and it's like, wow, I can't even have an opinion. And then you say
but my
something about
thing,
about trans, the trans thing. Like imagine you trying your daughter to be a great basketball player, and then she And then a male who wants to be a woman jumps into sports and say, "Hey, I want to try basketball woman." And then this kid takes just kills everything. It's a man really still. Of course, he's gonna dominate in basketball or boxing or something. No matter what, if you turn trans, and there's a lot of stuff is just not right. It's like you can't do this type of stuff, but they trying to push it on us.
and
And we,
they
yeah,
allowing them to play these. I say, hey man, they need to be in the Special Olympics, bro. That's a disability, dog.
yeah,
I'm gonna keep it real, bro. That's a disability. If a man want to be a woman, a woman want to be a man, that should be a disability.
yeah, exactly.
Mentally, they mentally unstable.
But they
Just
can't,
keeping it real.
they can't. You can't say that because then
Yeah, I
this and
know,
that and
but
this and that and stuff like that and it's like back to the Kyrie to the original question about Kyrie. It's like I don't think he's saying anything horrible. He's just speaking his opinion, and he can't even say his opinion. Or Kanye, they're not preaching killing or hate. They're just saying their opinion, and it's like, well, your opinion should still be respected and valued. But now it's like you can't say nothing, anything against what's going on in the world. You will get stripped of anything that you have and stuff like that's why I see freedom of speech is going out the window. They say it's free, but you really it's not really free because you can't. Even Dave Chappelle, he always talks about this. That's why I love Dave Chappelle because he don't care
keep it
and
real.
you
Keep
keep
it
it
real
real. And
every
these people
time.
they tried to cancel him really hard, and he was saying the
He
truth. Like you know,
he was like, they told me not to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. He say the reason why he not as big as he is because he not allowing himself to go that far. Because once you get to the top, they try to break you back down.
mhm, you can't speak the truth no more. You won't see no
Nah,
NWA. You ain't gonna see no Public Enemy. You can that won't come out on the forefront no more. Rap
Yeah.
has been bought. It's corporatized now. It's by the corporate now. It's nothing like how when we grew up when it came from the bottom and it was just for us. It's been taken away. That's why the skills are lacking and the music sound like that and stuff like that because this is what they did to it. And then now it's promoting this stuff to the youth and social media. All this stuff has agendas, but it's all money. All this money behind it, and you know they're gonna push with sales. You're gonna have another GTA come out. He's gonna come out again and again. Young boy gonna keep dropping, and it's gonna keep selling. And just up there, it's always a battle as a parent to try to preach and talk to them. That's why I always talk to Ada. Don't listen. They hear what he's saying. That don't make no sense. You hear that? You do this in the real world. That stuff don't work. This is entertainment. This is not real. This is fake. I would explain it to my children all the time. Don't follow behind these people. We don't have what we used to have, what people you can actually look up to, and they actually spoke some sense. Now it's like any person could get on that pedestal and say whatever and make money. And since they making money, they feel like, well, it's right. It takes away from people want to be educated. You got people say, I don't even have to be educated. I just make an OnlyFans. And I just make money like that. I can make more than a doctor doing OnlyFans. And it's messing up the society of how things should be and how it used to be.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Phil, what you got to say about this, man? Chime in.
Um, I do think they are um making an example of Kanye and Kyrie and well, Kyrie, he just posted it. I don't think he was promoting it, but things got blown
He's
out of
Yeah, he didn't say anything anti-Semitic, man.
where
I watched the interview. He didn't say anything. He just was like, "Yo," you know. And
right.
some of the stuff he agreed with in it, I didn't watch it, so I don't know. I'm not gonna comment on it, but I am gonna watch it to see, what the whole big deal is. So we'll see. But
my bad, y'all. I had a phone call.
nah, it's cool.
Yeah, but
So
I definitely believe they're making an example out of these dudes. Maybe to show the younger generation what can
I
happen,
mean,
and you know what I'm saying. Like, and it makes us think twice. You know,
that,
and like you said, like Juan said, now we got to walk on eggshells. Like before, I used to say all kind of stuff. When I was growing up, and it never has ever reached this point. You know what I'm saying?
You're right.
Hey, let me ask y'all this. When we was growing up, I know this probably like almost everybody answer. We was growing up, when we was in elementary. What did you want to be when you wanted to grow when you grew up? What did you want to be?
You want
I
me
ain't
to
gonna
go
lie.
first?
All
I'm
right.
gonna
Yeah,
tell
it
you
don't matter.
this.
It don't matter
I'm gonna tell
because
you
I'm
this.
pretty sure 90% of our answers
Listen,
gonna be the
listen.
same.
I wanted to be alive at 18.
Oh
That's what I
wow,
wanted to be. Cause I,
yeah.
yeah, I wanted to be alive. When I was coming up, I ain't even think I was gonna make it past 18. B.
You was thinking
I
like
ain't
that at
gonna,
elementary?
hell yeah, man. I came up at yo, hey, PDK, tell him
Yikes!
I came up like a savage, B.
Damn.
I came up hard.
I
You
was
know what I'm
thinking
saying?
basketball, bro. Basketball. I used to love Jordan, man. 'Cause he was positive though. Jordan, Allen Iverson. You know, I used to love rap, but for the good things, not the gangster rap. But,
Yeah.
just speak truth,
Yeah.
stuff
I
like that.
I wanted to be I wanted to be a police officer, man. I ain't even gonna lie.
That's what's up.
You want to be a
And
police officer?
now, it ain't what's up now. Shit, they ain't got the best of reputations, man. But
I ain't gonna lie to you.
uh,
That'd be the least thing that I
I,
wanted to be when I was
yeah,
coming
right
up.
now,
When we
uh,
came up, they used to harass us all the time in elementary school. I'm like,
see,
yo,
I gotta look at it. I was born in the '90s, so I gotta look at it
yeah, yeah.
different.
You was born in. I'm probably older than everybody on the
I
panel.
was born in the era where a lot of that was kind of ending, and there was new
Yeah,
beginnings going on right now. See, I don't know what the '80s was like. I could look at it,
I ain't gonna
but
lie, yo. In the 80s and 90s in New York City, it was bad, man. It was sort of like how it is now, but I think now it's a little bit worse because you got little kids, 10, 11, 12 years old, hitting people, yo,
Hmm.
right.
hitting, killing people. At least back then, you get into some fights or whatever. They had the crack era and all that, but we didn't have like 10, 11, 12-year old children killing people, man. But like for me, when I was coming up, yeah, I just wanted to make it to 18, but I had dreams and aspirations of like, being something, finishing school, having a family. I didn't want to, have my children like how I was raised without having my dad. I wanted a complete family. So I had dreams of that, but mainly, man, I was like, man, I wanted to make it past 18 because when I was coming up, a lot of my friends were dying and it was just a lot of stuff going on. And the crack era was a real serious era. It was really bad in that era. And it's kind of reminding me of now, but I think now it's more of it's other nuances to it. It's past crack, you know? Know what I'm saying? Yeah, there?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I know PDK, I know you feel what I'm saying on
yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I know what you're saying, man.
Yeah, when we was coming up, you wanted to make it to 18, right?
Yeah, definitely, man.
Yeah,
Definitely.
B. And now, you know what I'm saying? I'm 40, so I made it past 18. I thank God every day. And and another thing too, I'm learning manifestation is important. What you speak, what you think is very important, So now, I speak life. I try to be as positive as I can. I try to be a mentor and a more of an influence on people that I come across, children, I
I
think
think
is
that's I think that's
very
why I picked up.
important. Huh? What you said?
I'm saying I think that's why I picked up this coaching gig, man. Because just to, of course I know what it's like with my kids, but man, you just don't understand. Some of these kids you don't know, man, and it's like you just want to figure them out, man. See what they like and stuff like that, man. The kids that I coach right now, man, they're like, man, you're a very nice coach. I say, my kids wouldn't say the same, but I get it though. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't be as hard as I am with y'all on as I am on my kids. You know what I'm saying? So
But you used to could do that though, because I know when I was playing sports, my coaches was on me, b.
Shit,
My
these
coach
damn
used to
parents,
grab us on the side like, "Yo, what did I tell you?
man, these
Huh?
parents
You
be
not
wanting to,
doing good in school. You got a bad grade. All right, you can't play. You got to give me 50 laps.
So
You
I
know
man,
what I'm
think
these
the
saying? They
main
parents,
issue,
come.
shit,
I
these
think the
You
main
parents
say
now
issue
they
is
be
one?
wanting to
respect.
fight you. Yeah,
You know,
they be
I think the
wanting to fight
main
you on the
issue is
sideline.
respect.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Kids don't
See,
have respect no more, bro. They why the young kids trying the elders now. They have no respect no more. Back then, like you say, in the '80s and stuff, at least we had respect. They don't have no respect. Well, a
yeah,
coach can pull you to the side and say, "Hey, tighten up, get right," and it'll be all
yeah,
right. Now you say that parents gonna come cuss you out. They ready to
yeah,
fight you or do something
yeah,
crazy
yeah,
to
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and then that makes the kid think, "Hey, I can say whatever I want to say because my mama say I can say this," and I call
Right,
my mama
right.
on you. And it's like it's a respect factor now. These youngins have no respect, none. There's no respect
And
now, and that's why
and
they doing all the shooting.
if my kids ever came to y'all and approached y'all and y'all called them, I guarantee they won't say yeah, yes, yes sir, no sir. They know I don't even play like that. I call my kids. They first thing they say, yes sir. I'm training my kids. Don't just say yes and don't pull up to me. Like you need to pull up on me when I say your name. You know what I'm saying? Like my oldest got a bad habit where she'll just say yes and just be sitting there. I jacked her up the other day. I say, look here, man. When I call you, that's what I mean. I mean, get in here. Obviously, I want you. I need you right next to me. So, and that's how I got there. My kids, they were like, this one lady, she came to my job one day and she was like, she said something to me and I said, yes, ma'am. She was like, you must be from here. I said, well, I'm not actually from here, but I'm from Chattanooga. She was like, when I say here, I mean, you must be from down south. I said, yeah, why you say that? She was like, because up north, we don't say yes, sir, and no, sir, and this and that. And I was like, damn, was that like disrespectful or something? Like, I'm trying to figure out, what she getting at. She was just like, no, we just wasn't raised like that. She was just like, I like it, but our kids don't say that.
no, the
I say,
kid,
shit, if we
no,
don't say it,
these
if
kids
we
don't
don't
say
say
that.
it, yeah, if we don't say it, you're gonna find us in the nearest corner, crying somewhere.
You want to know something too? I used to, I used to date this girl, man, and you could tell like with the culture difference is different when it comes to certain cultures because like when I was coming up, you couldn't come in somebody's house and not say hello
Not
or
say nothing,
not say
not
thank you.
speak.
So I was at you know, we were dating at the time, so she wanted me to come to her friend's house. So we sitting there and they coming in the house and not even saying hello. Like you're not saying hello to nobody, just walking in the house. I was like, yo, if we did that when we was coming up,
We got
man,
smacked down
we'd have
right
got
at the wedge
smacked.
of the door.
We got backhand, man. Especially coming up in the Caribbean household, man, you couldn't walk in the house without saying good evening or yes, thank you or no thank you or you know what I'm saying. We had respect, like Juan was saying. I could 100% agree with that. We had more,
Yeah,
even
yeah,
though
yeah, yeah.
it was rough coming up, especially where I came up, but we had respect. We helped the old ladies carry the
But see, but
bags.
see,
We
but
did
see
all
what
of
it
that.
is.
Open the door
But
for the old ladies. Take their bags into the house. You know,
but 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 you
if they
see,
offered us money, we would be like, no, we just we just help because that's how we was raised. You know.
right, 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 right. But you see, what happened was this society got soft, and they got these kids thinking like, oh well, we ain't gotta do this, we ain't gotta do that. Ain't like they can whoop us. Ain't like they can do what they used to do when they got done. You know what I'm saying? When we was kids, man. I don't think a whooping was off limits at all, bro. We used to get paddled in school.
Hmm.
I, dude, we used to, hey, the church ladies in there, all of them pinching us, all of them pulling us by our ear, all of us, man, we had a parent everywhere we turn, bro.
It's the morals
Everywhere
and
we turn, it
values.
don't
Morals and
matter.
values has went down in
Yeah.
society now. You got
It
kids
just
fighting the teachers now like nothing. fighting them for
Yeah.
real. I seen a video where this kid in high school lit a blunt in the class, right
Oh
in
yeah, I
front of
just
everybody.
seen that. I
Yeah,
just
I
seen
seen
that.
that too.
And I'm
So
like,
he puffing
whoa.
that thing. I said,
I'm like, what is
wow.
going on? That ain't
I
cool. That's stupid.
I didn't see that. Wow, that's crazy.
I'll
Yeah,
send it to you later.
I
He
just
lit a
seen it
blunt in the
like
class in front of everybody.
I seen it the other day, and the other kids just looking back, just laughing and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, like that's
that's
cool. And
not
it's like this kid
funny.
is not. Yeah, the morals is down. I feel sorry for a lot of these kids because sometimes you got the mom, they come out dressing like a stripper with the kids right there, and I'm like, this is crazy. Woman come out, barely anything on, kids right there, and I'm like, this is crazy.
But you
No
want to know
respect.
something though?
And then they tell their child not to dress like that.
You guys want to know something? You know what's the missing element to a lot of these kids is they don't have no direction, and maybe they don't have no men in the household as well, because that's another thing I wanted to dive on with the system. What do you guys feel about the whole systematic things of how biased the system is when it comes down to men? Juan, we gonna let you
Uh,
dive in this first.
Long Bub, just to say something, I think there are great moms out here. There's great moms out here, but then there's some that are not good, and they take advantage of the system because the system automatically thinks a man is no good. Period. No man. The dad is non-existent. That's what they feel like. He's like you have to earn your spot and show them that you want to be in their life. When I had a child support situation, I came in there suited, tie on, talking nice, and then they asked me, "These your children?" I quickly said yes, and I'm willing to take care of my children, no problem. And they respected that. But at first, when I walked in, I can tell they did not have respect for me as a man, as if I was just a donor. It's like that's already the mindset of the government, and they're ready to help a woman, even if she's vindictive. She could just be doing this to get over on you and not be a good woman, and they're gonna help. You got good fathers out there that have to suffer sometimes for women who use the government as a tool to get a man, and they give the most cash increase and whatever they need is whatever a woman say. My cousin recently had a situation yesterday where his baby mother came to get his children, and she called and she came acting belligerent, acting crazy, rammed his car, whooped the child in the car. He called the police, and they sided with her. Told her, told him he had to let the children go and give up the birth certificate and the social security because that's what she said. And they was basically following her orders. And he couldn't believe it. And he's a good guy. And this happens to a lot of good men. Not saying all men are in that boat. There are some that messes it up for us, which I think that's the situation. A lot of them mess it up for us, but there's good men out here, good fathers that want to raise their children right. And you have a woman sometimes standing in the way that don't want to do it because they're mad at you about something that has nothing to do with the children. Use the children as a weapon. Use the government as a weapon to defeat you and take you off your pivot. And it's very sometimes frustrating, and you have to be very focused and positive, and you got to really jump through a lot of hoops and not miss no court orders and stuff like that to prove to them that I am a father. I care about my children, and I'm willing to go as hard as I have to take care of my children. If I got to come to court a million times, I'm going to come every time because I love my children. That's what I had to prove. And some men don't want to do it, but for the ones that does it like we do, sometimes we get the bad end of the stick, and the government don't realize it, and sometimes it's the children that are suffering. They don't get to see it until later and going through, jumping through hoops and stuff to try to spend time with them. The woman blocking you, spending time with them and stuff like that, or might put a not good male in the position of being dad, which you're the real dad, all types of stuff that could go on. That's frustrating.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Juan, because I know you had experience with that. I have experience with that as well. I think there's some great mothers out here. I have one. But there's also the other side to it, and I think the system is very biased, and this is one of the main things that I'm pushing for is for men to stand up, and men to realize that there are people out here that's willing to fight, fight for you and with you. So I agree with that 100%, man, and I think we need more of these conversations, and the conversation didn't go the way I wanted to go because I was supposed to have men involved in the round table, but this was a real good deep conversation from all you guys. So JD, what you got to say about that, man? What you think about the whole system with fathers and how they treat men? You there, JD? I think you muted, man. Let me see here. Yeah, I hear you now. Go ahead. What you say, JD?
You having connection issues.
Yeah, but we need more of this, man. I'm gonna try to Oh, matter of fact, he's hold on.
There you go.
Got him on.
Now what happened now?
Let me remove this other one. Hold on, JD.
Okay.
Yeah,
I keep throwing myself off. Okay.
yeah. I was talking about the system and how biased it is towards men. What do you feel about the whole system thing with
I
everything
could,
that goes on with the
dude.
government with men?
I, I could talk about that for hours on hours, man. It ain't designed for us to win, bro. And some of us make it out, and some of us don't. Um, I know they probably would say it's not like that, but I know that the system is to tear black couples apart. Because together we strong, and divided we fall. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's really what that saying was. You know, united we stand, divided we fall. But if black people come together as a unit, we are unbreakable, dude. Like I've seen it. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, the NBA needs us. So them trying to make an example out of one, now they want somebody else to. Oh, I don't want to go that route. I'm gonna do something else. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel like they try to orchestrate everything that we do as a black community. They try to orchestrate it. They try to see what they can do. Oh, if we arrest this black person, let's see what the other people gonna do. Like they might just act this way, or they might do this. You know what I'm saying? Everything is like a test or a trial or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like if all us speeding on the road and one of us get pulled over, what you think we all gonna do after that? We all gonna slow down. And I feel like they trying to use Kyrie to slow the NBA down for speaking their mind and speaking the truth and before they unlock something because again, black people are smarter than we look, bro. We're wiser than they think, you know what I'm saying? Like growing up, we wasn't even, you know what I'm saying, supposed to know how to read. And somehow, some way we learned how to read. We wasn't supposed to know what goes on in society, what goes on in the world. Now you got billionaires that are black. You know what I'm saying? Now you got billionaires that are teachers, billionaires that are leaders. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy part is, all them billionaires, none of them raps about crazy stuff, man. They found another way to reach out to the community. Jay Z smart. Kanye, he an opportunist. Uh, Rihanna, she's smart. You know what I'm saying? Everybody that's following Jay Z is being successful. Everybody, and I know they're trying to make an example out of Kyrie, man. I hate that they're gonna try to do it to him like that and take away his endorsement deals and stuff like that. And dude, that's what they do. They dig. They do research. Like say, like we could have talked about anything years ago. Now they're trying to find ways to say, oh well, he talked about this 25 years ago. Can't go off of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the past. It happens, but they try to use your past and bring it to the future, and it ain't good, man. Society gonna try to break us down no matter what.
So you saying the whole system is broken with, as a whole, with everything that goes on? with
Man, this system been broke, man. This system is designed for us to fail, man. And like I said, some of us make it out, some of us don't make it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still going. I'm still fighting. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like when a mother decides that the relationship not working, so I'm gonna just throw him on child support. I bet it worked now. Like no, that made it worse. But again, the system is okay with that because now they know they're finna break y'all apart due to money. A relationship shouldn't be broken because of money, but that's what's gonna happen because now that this man is forced to pay something, which he should have already been doing his part, but now that somebody else is in his business, a third party interruption. That's what I'm gonna call it, an interruption. Now it's a third party interruption. Now you feel like everything that you do, the state gonna be on it. They're gonna know this. They're gonna know that. They're gonna know where you moved. They're gonna know where you did this.
That's
They're gonna
true.
check your transactions. They're gonna see you've been out of state. You've been doing this. You doing that. So
That's true. I think the family divide is very crucial for the children. I think
yeah,
that's one of the main issues that's affecting all of these children, man. The
right,
family
right,
divide. I think there's a lot of households that is very divided. A lot of men and women hating each other. That's a thing that we are warring against each other. And for me, I don't hate my children's mother. No matter what, she will always be my children's mother. So that's what the bigger issue, the bigger thing is for the kids, the well-being for the kids. So that's how I look at it. But not everyone else looks at it. A lot of times they look at it as we want to get revenge. We want to do this. We want to make you feel it. And it shouldn't be that way because ultimately the children are affected by it. So,
right.
I think we as a community need to have more of these conversations. And I want to do more of these conversations with a lot more men to where we're discussing these issues and finding solutions because only we can correct these situations. Nobody else can correct it, and women got to come with us. They got to meet us in the middle. It can't be a battle, man, you know?
And that's what
Because
it's
that's
been.
like you said, that's what they want. They want us divided. They want us
Yeah,
divided. One
we
saying the
strong.
same thing. They
We
they they
strong
want us.
together, bro.
We real strong
Strong.
together.
Yeah.
Real strong together. One, you there? You
Yes,
probably
sir.
be. Yeah. What you feel about what we saying here? What you feel about it?
I feel like a lot of stuff the government did its job of breaking up the black home and
Oh yeah.
planted the seeds, and now this the seeds is grown, and this is what we got. They took over rap on low key with the radio station choosing what they're gonna play and play this type of music, and now the culture's sensitive. You can't really say nothing. You have more homosexual black males at the forefront compared to the strong black male at the forefront. If you're a strong black male, it's like you even have your own black woman tearing them down. They won't even put them up or support them. So it's like you got some of the black women that are against us. It's just too much. No unity. The loss of morals and values and respect. All this stuff is an accumulation, and this is what we're seeing now. You got the youngsters not respecting the OGs, and they ones doing all the shooting and killing now, robbing, and you know a lot of women say I don't need a man no more. I don't have to have a man. They don't want to respect the man. So now the traditional household of the man and the woman is broken. Where women sometimes they rather not raise their kids with their man with a dad. They feel like
And
that's okay. They
let
don't
me
want to.
let me touch on that. That's where the kids feel like, well, mama say this about you and daddy say this about you. People gotta stop doing that, man. They gotta stop saying stuff in front of their kids. That's when you build disobedient children, man. Well, mama say you don't do this and this and that. Now your kid talking back. You don't want that, man. If we talk back to our parents, man, these
Get
kids
your
don't
head
know.
knocked off, man.
They don't know. They don't know.
And you
I
not
don't care.
only get your head knocked off by your mother, you gotta worry about your uncles. You gotta worry about the other parts of the family,
Hey,
man.
look, and they not gonna care about that, man. I try to disrespectful stuff coming up, man.
Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. I think that's a thing I really wanted to touch on too. What Juan brought up, that respect factor, that's
Yeah,
really lost. I think a lot of these women don't respect men
that's a lost art, bro. I
at
Mm-hmm.
call that.
all, man.
That's a lost art, bro. Like,
That's one of my biggest issues with dealing with women, man. The respect factor, and I'm a dude that I don't tolerate no disrespect from nobody. If I'm gonna give you respect, I should get it back in return. But a lot of them, they feel like they can talk to you any kind of way, and it's just. I'm not saying
and,
all of
and,
them, but some of them, man, it's
hey,
kind
and
of
guess
hard.
what? And guess what? Ain't shit we can do about it. What we gonna
Well,
do?
well,
What
not
we gonna
talk
do?
to
I
them,
can. What we gonna?
stand
I
up
can
on it,
Tina.
stand up on it.
You know
Nah, I
what I'm
can't do
saying?
that. Nah, that ain't
Of
right.
course.
But
Look. Of course you gonna speak your mind. But the way these women are designed nowadays, man, they push your buttons, they get in your face, they do
hmm
this, they do that. You hold them down. They gonna tell the law that you put your hands on them. Like, man, I done been through all that. I done been through all that. I'm just sitting there like, bro. One thing about me, I'm damn sure not finna look for no punch. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nobody finna raise their hand to me. I'm not
Yeah,
finna be. Oh, I'm gonna wait for you to hit me. No,
yeah,
I'm
I
not waiting
ain't
on
doing
nobody
that.
to hit me.
For me, I just get out. I get out of there quick, b,
Out of
because
there.
that's a
Good.
that's
Run.
yeah.
Run like
Yeah,
y'all
you
was
gotta
in
walk
Yeah,
away
you gotta walk away, man.
because you lose everything
best
before they lose
best
stuff.
option. Best option.
Yep.
Best option, man. But like I said, they want us to be separate, man. And two black people in the household, strong, nothing can divide them. Not a affair, not a argument, not a phone call, not a job, not a religion preference, none of that can separate two black people, bro. We winning. But once the system get in there and add that little virus to it and get women against you and oh I get this kind of benefit, they throw out so many benefits for a woman, don't have no
A lot of
benefits for men.
options. A lot of
It's
options for
harder
them to
for
get away from
it's
you.
harder for yeah, it's harder for a man to just say, hey, I want Section 8 than it is a woman.
hmm
Even if we're a single father, you have to
You talk. Hey,
literally have to go up there like
you talking
every
to
day.
two single fathers right here, Juan and me.
That's
You
what I'm
So,
talking
saying.
to you
And I
talking to
guarantee
both of
y'all
us.
probably like, ain't no way. I guarantee you, like,
Nah,
ain't no way we can
I
go there to the child support office and ask for child support. You
fam.
know how
Let me tell you
hard of a
something.
fight it's gonna be for you to get child support?
Yo,
exactly.
they don't give you nothing. I got damage to my house right now, and I try to get some help with fixing the damages. They ain't help me.
They
They
won't
ain't
give
help me
you
at all. I got
nothing.
got damages from the hurricane and try to get help from FEMA. They didn't help
Right? They
me.
not giving you nothing.
They ain't giving you
They're not
none.
gonna help you with nothing, bro. And and they want us to trust them, and they want us to call out to reach out to them for what? For you to waste our time? Oh well, we can't do this. You gonna have to pay that. Like a woman ain't
Yeah,
gotta pay for nothing, bro. A woman can go
Yes,
through
sir.
life and not pay for nothing,
You're right.
and it'll be okay because it'll be paid for some in some kind of way.
that's true.
Whether she out there doing it, you know what I'm saying, legally or illegally, it's gonna get paid for.
I feel like it goes back to the respect factor, and it goes back to the woman knowing that the government is going to stick by them, right or wrong, and they'll give them too much power.
Right or
They
wrong,
go on, they go
right
on
or
their
wrong.
word. They go on their word without any evidence or anything. They
Oh,
could
I
say
mean,
anything. boom, whatever they say, he hit me, you going to jail. I
Anything.
one time I got hit before, and I called the police on my baby mama. They told me, oh well, just write a statement. I said, so y'all ain't gonna do nothing? Yeah, she not gonna go to jail? Oh no, just write a statement. And I'm like, wow, wow. So if I was, if it would have been the other
Write
way
a
around,
statement.
if it would have been the other way around, I would have been in jail ASAP.
Cool.
So it's like the woman has
ASAP.
too much
Wouldn't have
power.
had no
You
opportunity
know,
to say nothing.
not saying the man supposed to have more power. It should be equal. It should be equal. We should have the equal, fair rights. Fair because in the end, it takes two to make a child, and the child has equal DNA from both. So yes, she carries the child for 9 months, but at the same time, without me putting this semen in your egg, nothing will happen. So it takes two to make a child. And it takes two to
Man,
raise a child.
I tell man, I tell her that all the time,
It takes
man.
two to raise a
I carried
child.
him. It, even when we joking, I carried him for 9 months. I say at the same time, yeah, you could have had. I could have had a child with anybody. You could have had a
Yeah,
child with anybody, but guess
yeah,
what? It didn't happen that way. I say I don't understand how we can't get equal rights just like y'all do.
yeah.
Well, I got cut open. Okay, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey, that was your choice, just like it was my choice to do it. Now I got to go to work and work 10 times harder than you, and you got to be off for X amount of months when you were cut up, and I had to keep going while you was cut up. So, I mean,
Yeah, I mean that equality. I've been telling people that we'll never have equality. It's just
nah,
it's
nah,
just
hell no.
it's just unbalanced, and you know I had to
Shut
fight
up.
for my kids and fight to make sure that I keep them, and it was a battle. And the only way you can beat the system is if you have money and willingness
Patience,
pay
patience,
yeah,
time, and money.
yeah, and willing to pay a
And
lot of
we
money.
ain't got no time.
Hmm.
We
Patience,
ain't got
time,
no
and money.
time.
And
Time is
another
short.
thing too, when you spend all that money, you don't get that money back either.
You don't
Hell
always,
no,
and it's
hell
not always a guaranteed result either.
no.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why people talking about I'm finna go to counseling. For what? What you gonna get out of it? If you gotta go talk to somebody about your relationship and you go do what they say do, it ain't your relationship no more. It's that person that's mentally making you change your ways. Relationship. They changing you the way they want you to be. I'm not gonna sit here not saying that it's good to get advice. It ain't good to just be like, you know what I'm saying, going to counseling, I'm doing this, I'm paying this money. This person is getting paid to change you mentally. How's that gonna help
I had a homeboy that went to counseling, and he was like, "Yo, the counselor was on his wife's side. Like, he was
you? Right. You know what I'm saying? Now
just."
you don't pay this money. You don't pay
Yeah,
this money
and the
to go.
counselor was a woman, and the
Hmm.
woman was just was
Come
like,
on, man.
"Hey, you need to do this, you need to do that." He just was sitting there, just like not saying nothing. I was like, "You did the right thing, because what can you say?"
Yeah, cause you're not gonna win, bro. They been a jump you in there, man.
They want you to be submissive to the woman when really in the
When the
Bible and the
woman should be
Quran, woman
submissive.
supposed to be to the man.
Come on, man,
You know,
preach. And
they're
then they
supposed
are
to be
the
submissive.
and then on top of that, I done had this argument before. Well, we ain't married yet, so why am I being submissive? I said, okay, look at this. If you want to be married, why wouldn't you start now so you can end up being married? You think, you know what I'm saying, a basketball player just not started practicing after he decided he was gonna be a basketball player? He been doing it. He been doing it before he got there. A driver been knowing how they gonna drive these cars before they got to that certain point. They had to practice. They had to do this. Why a woman can't practice being submissive before she get married? If you
Exactly.
want,
I'm gonna tell you this: it don't even matter if they get married, they're gonna still not be
that
submissive. It's still gonna be
exactly.
the same
I
thing.
don't
You're
even
gonna
think they
clash.
even understand what
No,
submissive mean. Not
they
saying
don't.
that the man
I'm
gonna
not.
control you, but at the same time, if a man say something, we looking for a positive result. We're not looking for you to be like, why I gotta do this and why I gotta do that. If you do it, I promise you the outcome is gonna be a lot better. A lot better. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying? It's like
agree.
they fight against us instead of working with us.
But that's that
And
whole
I
society
done dealt with
plant
that with
thing.
so many
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
That's a society plant thing, and that's why these kids are doing the same thing. Like Juan said earlier, you got kids that's just disrespecting the elders. They don't even have no respect for them. You got little kids smacking old people around. It's just out of control, man. I don't know, man. I don't know how we gonna fix this, but I'm all about like just solutions. And I'm for me, I have a son, I have a daughter, and I try to raise them completely opposite of what society is. My daughter and son cannot come in nobody's house and not say hello
Oh
or say
yeah,
thank
man.
you or all of that. I look at them, oh, yo, thank you, automatic. Hi, how you doing? Yes, sir. No, sir. But
Got to.
those
And what's
elements are
crazy, you know what I'm
lost.
saying? Right, because man, as soon as we walk in somebody's house, my kids ain't saying nothing in the first 5 seconds. I'm already looking at them like, you missing something? Let's go back outside. Let's try this again.
That's
And so
good,
the
man.
next time they come
We
in there,
need
they're gonna be teary eyed and they're gonna say, "Hey, how you doing?"
yeah, we need more of that, man. We need more of that, man. We need more of that. But I'm about to close this out, man. What's your final? We gonna go around to the final statements here. Juan, what you feel about everything that we discussed tonight, man?
So like, it was good to vent and talk amongst the men that has the same mind. Um, I just feel like it's an ongoing struggle or battle that has to be met with positiveness, and you gotta be in good spirits and not get frustrated and have patience. Try to have some patience in this world and still maintain your values, and you know try to you have to me you have to have more of a stronger spirit now in this world because there's so much negativity out there and propaganda and a lot of stuff like that you have to stay true to yourself and not let this stuff sway you to make you think that you're wrong on how you think. Because this stuff, how you make it think, am I wrong? Am I tripping? When really, nah, this world is tripping. A lot of this stuff that's going on in this world is tripping. Like I told one of my younger homies, back in the 50s and 60s, it was easier to find a wife. Now this day, it's easier to find a thought because a woman don't care about being wifed up. They rather have a hot girl. They rather have a hot girl summer. They rather have a hot girl summer. That's what they feel like now. They'll be like, I don't need a man, only
Oh
for this
man,
and this and that. Most of them, and because
yeah,
back in
that
our
dollar
time,
sign.
our grandfathers they could easily find a wife and be married for 50 years, 60 years. Now you got marriages last for 5, 10 years. It's done. So
Not even,
it's
not
a
even. I give them to the end of the
society.
year. They already calling the divorce.
It's a society. I think it's America too, because if you go to the other countries, they're more raised more traditional. And one thing I have
And
heard,
they're more
you know,
submissive
yes, the foreign women are more
and
submissive
loyal
because
and faithful because they know old one from Mexico ain't finna take
Yeah.
that. So
yeah,
he need to. Hey,
most
I don't
submissive,
seen it.
and
I don't seen it.
but also those value those the stuff that's taught in the Western world is not taught over there. That's why a lot of those countries are banning certain stuff so it don't be influenced onto the woman. Influence so you can find your good woman, a woman that understands and the family's teaching them how to be submissive to their husband, how to tend to their husband, tend to their family, understand their position, but at the same time, not to just say a woman, a man has to know his position also. When a good man knows his position, a woman's supposed to fall in line. That's just my last say.
Strong statements, brother. Strong statements. JD, what's your closing statements,
Yes,
man?
man. My closing statement is, man, we just all need to pray for one another, man, and band together instead of fight against each other, man, and get back to the basics. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do music, do it, but be influential to the youth, man. Don't be out here saying this and that and Just like when Jeezy coming up, he was trap or die. He preached to his kid, man, hey, you need to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Don't be, what should I call it? It's a word I should call it. Don't be, what's that word, man? Where they want you to be a certain way, but they was another way. Trying to figure out, think of that word, man. I'll probably get back to it, but pretty much, man, like they out here, like I said, they out here promoting that that violence and everything, and then they arresting us and doing things, and we just sitting there like, well, that's what y'all like. That's what's selling. That's what we, you know what I'm saying, promoting, and the youth ain't getting nothing out of it, man. Everybody in the gang, everybody wanna do this. Everybody wanna be NBA young boy. Everybody like this color. Everybody like that. Me personally, man, I've never been influenced to do that. You know what I'm saying? Not saying I've been on the best of paths, but I knew right from wrong, and I knew where I didn't want to go. And I feel like this world is misguiding. You know what I'm saying? Our youth right now,
Right.
and we definitely, as fathers, brothers, sisters, cousins, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We all need to band together and take initiative, and we need to be held accountable for our children. You know what I'm saying? And actually steering them in the right direction. Cause right now, bro, I'm talking we not winning, bro. We're not winning at all. And I just pray that everybody eventually get it, man. That's my closing thoughts.
Deep closing thoughts by JD. One smooth. Appreciate you brothers for coming
I
out.
appreciate it. I appreciate the
Yes,
time.
sir. Thank you,
Man,
thank you.
this was an amazing conversation. Respect to these dudes, my man PDK. All of these dudes are great dudes. I know them personally. Um, dope artists as well. So there's gonna be more conversations coming, more roundtables. Appreciate you guys. This is Missing Conversation, where the conversation is missing. We out of here. Peace and love.
Peace.
Peace.